So we start out our real integer work adding and subtracting. First thing I'm going to do is a bit of a myth bust. So one of the rules we grow up learning normally is that two negatives make a positive. That is true for multiplication and division, but when we're adding, we're actually moving along a number line. We're not following that rule, and let me show you how. Here's two negative numbers, -3 and -7. If I was to subtract those two numbers, what's happening here is I'm at 3 below, right up there on the number line. I'm at 3 below 0, and then I'm told to go down 7 more. So I'm actually going to end up over here somewhere around -10. Well, exactly at -10. And you'll notice that in that situation, two negative numbers actually created another negative number when we combine them. All right, so for adding and subtracting, it's really important. What you're doing is sliding along the number line. You can think of it as temperature if you find that helpful. So here's where things can sometimes get a little trickier for people. Instead of just moving along the number line, we now have these kind of double signs, for lack of a better term. Those double signs we're going to consider as multiplication so that we can resolve them before we do our adding and subtracting. So to resolve those, we use our multiplication rules, where two positives make a positive, two negatives make a positive, and positive and a negative makes a negative, and so on. A little shortcut you might like to think of is that when two signs are the same, the result is positive or addition. When the two signs are different, the result is negative or subtraction. So let's resolve these double signs down here. So we've got -3 plus -4. So that double sign, notice those signs are different, so we're going to end up with -3 subtract 4. Right? And then we move on to the next, and this double sign is two negatives, and two negatives, following the multiplication rules, make a positive. All right, we're getting somewhere. Now we've taken, something that was a little bit messy with double signs, and we've brought it down into something that's a little cleaner. Now that we're doing just this pure addition and subtraction, we're going to move along the number line. So we start 3 below, and we go down by 4 more, so that gets us to -7. And in my last step, we've got -7, so we're 7 below. We're going up by 5. We end up at -2. And that's as tricky as adding and subtracting integers should be. Once you eliminate the double signs, then you can go ahead and follow the number line.